It should cost $1 billion to look this good. Let's go ahead and get started with the video. Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel. So, I am doing the Renaissance Challenge tag, okay? My girl, Beauty and the Frizz, she tagged me on this a couple weeks ago and I was like, are you saying come off my break from YouTube and get back in the swing of things? And she was like, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You love the album. I'm like, yes, I do love the album, okay? But before I get carried away, let me go ahead and introduce myself. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're old but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy and I love makeup. So that's how you get Dr. Ash and her makeup. But please just call me Ash or Ashley. And eyeshadow is my jam, okay? Look, let's get into this look. I recreated my Renaissance tour eye makeup, or just actually makeup look, but I did a little extra special something for the video with the rhinestones. So you could actually catch this look in my previous video, and it's going to be the video where it's like, get ready with me to film, where have I been, life update, chit chat. I had to take a little hiatus from YouTube, but I'm getting back in the groove of things, okay? And I'm glad to be here and I feel good filming. This look is giving me positive vibes and energy, so I'm here for it. Yes, okay? So, the Renaissance tour. Oh my gosh. First of all, we're talking about Beyonce, Act 1, the Renaissance album. So my friend Kara, she, it's been like a movement. So she started the tag about eyeshadow palettes that would coordinate with the songs from the Renaissance album. Now, the album actually dropped last year, okay? It dropped last year, I want to say in July. And we just got, AKA the visuals, because she said, I am the visual on her world tour, which is now this summer. So there are still a few dates left. I think she still has like LA and maybe Vegas this weekend. It's August 25th when I'm filming, so I hope to have this up very quickly. But, it's just been like a vibe, okay? It came to the States. It was a vibe in Europe, but once it came to the States, it's just like sweeping. I go on Instagram, they got outfit inspiration. They got the people, the girlies who do the fashion. They give you outfit inspiration, all the different the stores are promoting it. They're promoting cowboy boots and all the silver. And I live in Chicago, so I actually went in July, and I love the Renaissance album. It makes me so happy. It makes me feel free. It makes me want to dance. It makes me just want to rejoice. And I think it also has like a message rooted in like Black power and loving yourself, or even if you're not Black, just love yourself. Be comfortable with who you are. It's a rebirth. Just rejuvenate your spirit. And basically that's what a Renaissance is. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. So, everybody's been in silver. They've been in pink. They've been in all of the metallics. Everybody's been bringing their A game. I was just like, never really seen a concert where everybody's just like, yes, we're showing up, we're showing out, we're going to be ourselves, we're going to be extra, we're not going to care. Everybody's participating with the silver. I didn't wear this shirt, but I'll put like what I wore here. And I mean, everybody's just been having a time. And Beyonce's outfits have been top tier, except for like this one outfit that the internet roasted her on, and I don't think she's ever worn again, but it did not need to see the light of day. But the outfits have been great. I love how she changes them up for different cities because, it's Instagram. People are going to put it on there, and get a little bored. Like, well, I've seen this outfit about 50,000 times, but she coming with the new outfit. And I love how she actually started the tour, because if you think about it, I don't want to give it away if you haven't been yet or you still have a chance to go, because there are a lot of clips on Instagram, but it's just like, oh, you see it, but it doesn't really make sense until you see it. And I love the way she started the tour. It's different. It's like nobody would really think about starting a tour that way. But when you think about the Renaissance album and how she did it, it definitely makes sense because, yeah, like I said, I don't want to give it away. And oh my God, the graphics. You can tell that she's a billionaire artist because the graphics, I mean, were out of control. And I love that she had dancers of all shapes and sizes. I feel like she is just really in the culture. She really has been. Now, let me preface this saying, like, I am not like, oh my God, a Beyonce stan. Like, I'm not in the Beehive, but I really do like Beyonce. I really like her now more than I did before. But I liked her back then. You know, like, I grew up with Beyonce. I'm a Destiny's Child type of chick, you know. I'm back with the no, 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 no. When it's really yes, 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 yes. You know, that was before you get the remix. No, 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 no. When it's really yeah, 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 yeah. You know, so I'm back. I'm dialed in from back then. So I've seen the evolution. I remember when she went solo. I was in college and she came in with doom, doom, but I've never always been like, oh my God, Beyonce. But I've always liked what she's up. But like lately, I've just liked it even more because I feel like she's been, you know, speaking to Black power, to love yourself. If you're Black, even if you're not Black, love yourself. She's been, you know, political. She's been in her roots. She's just been bringing like those experiences to the forefront in a way that haven't been before. Like this particular album, you know, the Renaissance, she said she created it, I want to say during the pandemic, and she wanted something to be like free and a rebirth and make her happy and rejuvenated. And then it's also very much entrenched in the 1970s dance culture and the club culture and definitely the ballroom culture, honey. Like, and I love how she did it because it's not like she just, oh, I'm going to sample the culture. She got the culture to be a part of her album. She got the culture to be a part of her tour. And she went and got those people like Cha-Cha Balenciaga. Like his story is amazing. Like how he made it on the tour. Like his friend that was a dancer, you know, and he was on, I think, ABC in DC, and he literally got to the tour that night. I mean, there's been so many people, to the people who do the chants on the Renaissance album, and just like the whole ballroom culture. And then in addition, she drew inspiration from her Uncle Johnny, and she mentions that in a song. And this is either our older cousin that she calls Uncle. I have some cousins like that. They're like my parents' age, and we call them Uncle, even though they're really my cousin. Or it's actually her uncle, Uncle Johnny. And he was a part of the LGBTQ community back then. But I want to say, I don't know how true this is. They said he died during the AIDS epidemic. I'm not sure about that part, so don't totally quote me on that part. But he was a big inspiration in her life. So it's also like paying homage to him and how she was introduced to the whole ballroom culture, which, you know, it's just a movement. If you've ever watched the show Pose, and, you know, I don't really know anybody about that culture, but I would love to attend a ballroom and support because I think they're fabulous. It's just like, I love it. And I love how they express themselves. And I think it's great. So I think I've talked enough. You know what? I totally forgot. As I'm deconstructing myself, I was like, I love how she included house music in the Renaissance. Yes. And she actually did the whole segment. She was like, this is the house Jack built it in my house. Yes. Like that is Chicago through and through. And she acknowledged that Chicago is the creator of house music. How can I forget that? All right. Back to regular schedule programming. We have songs to present and palettes to present. I do have my phone here so I can kind of keep track of the set list. And, you know, like I said, I've just really been just enjoying this. And then I enjoyed the album, and just going to the tour just gave me something. I was just like, I could really see the show again, but I'm not going to see the show again. Unless like a miracle happens. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first song is I'm That Girl, and I picked out the Moonfall palette by Shroud Cosmetics. Now, this palette came out this year, and she is that girl. You know, that album starts with like, I'm just going to like emulate the chant. I'm that girl. Yes. Yeah. So when you open it, she's that girl. This palette is stunning. It's magnificent. It's just bold. It's full of energy. It's saying, I am here. I am here to stay. I am that girl. Okay. So I love this palette. Also, what makes me think about this palette as I'm That Girl, and I immediately thought about this palette as I'm That Girl, is when I took this palette with me to Vegas. Kara and I went to go see, or Beauty and the Frisk, went to go see Usher. And I wore this palette during the daytime, both days. I got so many compliments off of this palette. I mean, the people in Sephora, the people on the street, the security guards, the valet. I mean, I'm not even tooting my own horn, but it was given, I'm that girl, okay? I'm that girl. The Moonfall palette. He's literally the formula, top tier, no misses, just the right amount of shades, different, unique, that girl. Next up, we have Cozy. Cozy within my skin. Cozy with who I am. Yes, cozy. Hey, cozy, I'm cozy. But what really sticks out to me, and I'll talk about that in a second with the song Cozy. Yeah, I'll talk about the second. But I knew when I envisioned the song Cozy in an eyeshadow palette, I was like, yes, Mothership 8, okay? Divine Rose 2. I'm cozy. We're cozy. We're locked in. I'm confident. If I don't know what eyeshadow look I'm going to wear that particular day, I'm wearing her. And I've said this so many times. Like, you just cannot go wrong with Divine Rose 2. These are my type of neutrals, okay? Yes, I get sick of all the pink from Pat McGrath. That's a whole nother conversation. But these shades generally look really great on my complexion. I feel cozy. Now, another part of that song, like I was just saying earlier, that just takes it there for me. She was like, I'm cozy. Brown, black, fluorescent black. I'm black, okay? So it's just talking about your skin color. You know, it doesn't matter if you're lightest, the fairest, or you're the deepest of deepest. Be proud, be black, glad that you're black. And I don't want to offend any other races, and I hope I feel like in this day and age, I shouldn't have to say that, but I feel like to my community, I shouldn't have to say that. Offending, when I'm talking about my skin, I'm talking about my experience as a black woman. So I'm not offending anybody. Yes, you should be cozy within your skin. That's what the song is talking about. But when you're an African American, we come in all different colors of the rainbow. And there has been talk about like, oh, you're not black enough because you're really light or fluorescent. Like she said, I'm black. Or if you're really dark and then you're not less, you're less than somebody who's fair skinned. So it's a lot of strife in there. So that's why I say it has some hidden messages. And I didn't pick up on that until the actual concert. And she was like, I'm black. I was like, ah, genius. Yes, love it. Next up, we have Alien Superstar. Unique. Yes. So I chose the Smoke Show palette by Colourpop, okay? And because it's dark, it's smoky, it's silver, it's giving Renaissance vibes, and the silver, and it's unique. So it's unique to my collection. I feel that, you know, you got the silvers, you got the blacks, and it's just disco balls and a party, and I'm one of one. Yes. So this palette for me, it just does it. And I just feel like it kind of goes with the overall theme of the album. So I had to give it to the Smoke Show. Next up, we have Cuff It. And I'm always cuffing. Always, literally cuffing my Blend Bunny Dollhouse palette. And it was such a close tie because I didn't know if it was going to be like this one or what is it called? The All Done Up palette, because I love it. I feel like falling in love. I'm in the mood to do something other. I got some drink in my cup. Give me a drink. Give me a drink. Hey, I'm in the mood to something up. That's the remix, like the Wetter remix with the twister. I'm gonna go closer. I'm just singing all over the place. But yes, I feel like falling in love. Yeah. We're gonna live up the night. Hey, outside. I'm just gonna be dancing all through this video. But I love this palette. I'm always reaching for it. I always say I'm reaching for it. And I really do cuff this palette. So it's like in my collection, it's a cuffing palette because these shades are so beautiful. And I do like the shimmers, but I'm always cuffing these mattes because anytime I'm usually doing a look using my single shadows with the sparklies and the goodness and the multi-chromes, I'm always going for here. I'm like, yes. Comfort. I feel like falling in love. I want one scripture. Okay, I'm done. I want to go higher. You know the rest. After Comfort, you have Energy. Hey, so I love some Energy. That is like one of my favorite songs on the album. Them just don't stop mold, them flows, got too much, go to try on. I don't know, maybe that Energy. Because it got that Afro beats vibe to it. So I just really enjoy that song so much. So I chose the Inspired by Arrow palette by Adept Cosmetics. And she's just giving energy. You know, I love some green eyeshadow. She is definitely giving energy. 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 And then it just goes and it flows so seamlessly into that New Orleans bounce music with like the Big Frida. You won't break my soul. Get up your soul. Get up my soul. Up your soul. And then it's like that whole New Orleans bounce music. And it kind of pays homage to her culture also, because, you know, she's Creole. And then for Break My Soul, I have the House of L palette, okay? Because you won't break my soul. Because first of all, she's happy. She's electric, okay? You're not going to break her soul. It don't matter what she's been through, what she's going through. She been down, been broke, been back, okay? You ain't going to break her soul. She said, you got to act like you know when we back outside, okay? And that's kind of like the reference to the pandemic. Well, we back outside. And it feels good to be back outside, a little bit more normalcy, even though COVID's still around. But, I mean, House of L, I mean, she's just electric. She's bringing the energy. She's saying, you will not defeat me. And it always looks bomb every time I put it on. So, we love a little House of L. So after We Won't Break Our Soul, she took it to church, but she took it down south to the roots with that NO bounce. When I say the NO, I mean New Orleans, that drop it like a thotty, drop it like a thotty. Hey, church girls getting loose. Don't hurt nobody. Hey, you could be my daddy if you want to. So, you know, that song to me, it just means so many different things. You know, it's like a girl who, she goes to church, but she wants to let loose. She wants to, like, I go to church, I do what I'm supposed to do, but at the end of the day, I still want to try new things. I still want to be adventurous. Nobody can judge me but me. I only answer to a higher power. You know, you cannot judge me. Only God can judge me, you know? So I chose the Tammy Tanuka Little Black Glove palette because it's fiery, you know? So it's giving calm in the beginning, like church girl. It's giving, you know, I'm a good girl. I don't do anything wrong. But the moment I do something wrong, somebody's judging me. And it kind of just creeps into like the bold and the decisiveness with the black. And then it goes full on fiery with this multi-chrome at the end. And I just felt like this would be a perfect palette for the church girl. Like, you can't judge me. Like, you might always see me here, but I have this in me. You know what I mean? And I'm this whole range of people. After Church Girl, we're going into Plastic Off the Sofa. So this is more so like her ballad on the album. And it's actually really a beautiful song. So when you think about the song, it's called Plastic Off the Sofa. And it's really a unique way of saying being vulnerable, okay? So especially in the African American community, we will put some plastic. Not so much anymore, but our grandmothers, you know, they would put plastic on the sofa to keep the sofa fresh, to keep, you know, stains and anything else off of the fabric, okay? Keep that sofa pristine. So, you know, you take the plastic off the sofa, now it's opened up and you're being vulnerable to whatever may happen. And it's kind of like talking about her relationship. I feel like, you know, it's like they went through some things and now they're at a place where, you know, she's really vulnerable, he's vulnerable, and then they just kind of, they're they have a better understanding of each other. So I actually chose the Klarity Cosmetics Apocalypse palette. And here's why. Because it's really like plastic on the sofa for me. So it's giving, I feel like, the plastic on the sofa would be the shimmer shades because, oh, we love a good shimmer shade and we know that we know what to do with it. We can put it across the lid. It's going to be in a safe zone. But the plastic off the sofa for me comes with the matte choices because the matte choices, when you match them up with the shimmers, they're very avant-garde. They're not like your usual suspects that you would put. And it makes you think, and it makes you think about the placement of your eyeshadow and what colors to put where. It makes you do something, a little different. So I felt like this was a really good choice for plastic off the sofa because you're being vulnerable. You're being pushed outside of your limits. Next up, we got Virgo's Groove. Now, I'm not a Virgo, I'm a Taurus, but when I look at this palette, even though it's a Christmas palette, it makes me grove, okay? Baby, come over. I could be the one that takes you there. I could be the one that takes you there on this carpet ride. Yes. And it's just a good old groove and it's giving very 1970s. It's also giving like Donna Summer and that whole disco vibe. And I feel like every time I pull out this palette, it's a groove. You got some multi-chromes. You got the golds and the teals and the fiery reds. And if I didn't say that this was the Merry Christmas palette by Oden's Eye that came out this past year. And I look at it and I just feel like it's an anytime groove. Like it's fall, it's summer, it's spring, and I could be the one that takes you there on this carpet ride. Hey. Yes, so it's a groove. It just makes me groove, And then, so after we have Virgo's Groove, we have Move, 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 Move. And that's the song with Grace Jones and Tim's. And I pulled out the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Surge palette. And between this choice and the next palette for the next song, they could kind of be interchanged. But I felt like move, okay? Move, 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 move. Like it's so energetic. You know what I mean? Like how could you not? You're moving. Yeah, you got to move. It's a stampede coming through, okay? Me and my girls, we about to cut up the dance floor, okay? And this palette gives you a time, no matter what look you coming for. It's bold, it's inspiring, and it makes you move. Like, you can't be like, oh, I'm in a calm mood when I wear this palette. No. Move, okay? Now, this one, I was like, maybe I want this one for Move. And maybe I want the other one for Heated, meaning the Surge palette. But I opted for Mothership 5. And this is going to be Bronze Seduction. I had to look at my notes because everything is named Bronze. But I chose this for Heated. Got a lot of bags, got a lot of Chanel on me. I gotta fan myself off. I gotta fan myself off. I gotta cool it down. Heated. Yes. You got me heated, but she's a very heated palette. And it is another thing that made me think about this. So in the whole little rap sequence or the chant sequence, where she's like, face card never declines, my God, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. And I just thought about the part and I felt like this palette was a prime example when it comes to the brand, Pat McGrath, and like the public, okay? So when she says, Monday overrated, Tuesday on my, flip-flop, flippy-flop, flip-flop. So when she says that whole, I'm Monday overrated, Tuesday on my, flip-flop, flippy-flop, flip-flop, I just feel like, that's how everybody felt about Pat McGrath. Like, nobody was on her. Everybody was, it's overrated. We're not doing it prior to this particular palette. Mothership 5 came out. Oh, we own it. We love it. We're here for Pat McGrath. And I would say that about this palette. And I would also say that about, my Divine Rose 2. Because then everybody else was on it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we thought she was overrated, Pat, but no, we're on the train, you know what I mean? So I just thought that line was like so funny when it came to this particular palette because I was like, dang, like nobody was really on that Pat McGrath palette train until this particular palette. Mothership 5 came out like, oh, everybody on the brand, huh? We don't care if it costs $125. She ain't overrated, you know? And then, of course, we got Uncle Johnny made my dress that cheap spandex. She looks a mess. Next up, we got Fig. It's that jelly, baby. It's that Fig. And I just felt like this was going to be the appropriate palette because this is the Glaminatrix Into the Night palette. And, you know, she's electric. She's going to make you want to dance. She's going to make you want to shake your booty. And that's all I really got for that song, just to keep it real 100. I was like, she thick, you know, she kind of thick. It's like, what can you say? You know, she's a party. She's a good time. It's like, you better not lose it. You got the attraction. It's an electricity, you know, thick. Hey. Now, this song, the next song, All Up in My Mind, or All Up in Your Mind, I don't really care for it. I don't. I just feel like, yeah, trying to get you all up in your mind. I'm like, next. But this palette be all up in my mind. Like, this is one of my favorite low-key palettes. I love using this during the fall-winter season, and it be all up in my mind. And this is the Adept Cosmetics Amunet Nu palette. It's literally always all up in my mind. So I felt like it would be an appropriate choice. And like I said, I don't like the song, but Now, the next song, America Has a Problem. Nope. So, when I hear America Has a Problem, I think one way, and I think she thinks another way, and I wonder why until I actually looked it up and saw it at the concert with the visuals. So, she's actually talking about, like, relating herself to, like, cocaine use, like you're addicted, but America does have a problem. America has a pill problem, a drug problem. And so when I think about America Has a Problem, like, America got a lot of problems. America got a lot of racism, a lot of bigotry, a lot of hate. I feel like if you are a minority, it's getting harder for you. Just on the grand stage of the public, what's going on. And I just feel like it's a lot of bloodshed. So what made me think about that particular palette would be the Chucky. Now this is what the Crazy in Love palette, I want to say, by GlamLite. It's such a good palette, but look at the deep, dark burgundy colors. So like, yes, it grabs you in, it makes you want to love it, but then at the end of the day you think about like the deep ruby colors and I'm like, okay, that's the blood that's on America's hands. And then the deepness and the darkness, because we do have some dark times out here that, you know, not everybody wants to admit. Like, yes, there are bright days, but if we think about a lot of things, it's a lot of darkness there, and we have to keep it real 100, okay? Because, you know, I just feel like, and this is honest, like they're really trying to erase us in the history books, you know? They are like, no, you got some states that are like, no, African-American history is critical race theory. No, it's not. It's America's history. So America, you have a problem, okay? Nope. That's a little funny, but you know, she's like, nope, I'm not going, because we are part of it. We didn't ask to come here, but we made the best out of the situation. We are thriving, but we're not thriving at the same time. And I feel like we're trying to be erased. And honestly, we have contributed a lot to this country. Okay. So erasing us, not happening. Nope. Now, after the seriousness of America's Got a Problem, we're going to bring it back to the lighter side. And it should cost $1 billion to look this good. Okay, so we got the song Pure Honey. And this palette, it's like pure honey. It just melts. It is good. It should cost $1 billion to look this good. So this is Mothership 4 Decadence, okay? She makes it look easy because she got it. Yes, check her technique. Renaissance. Uzu, check my technique. Hey, check bad to the left. Money to the right. We could be both. Meet in the middle. Dance all night. Yes, because you're dancing all night, and it's both because like these shimmers are gonna perform like mattes, and these shimmers are gonna shim. So, she is good. And then we have the last song on the Renaissance album. And I was like, this palette does not give summer. But then when I listened to the words, I was like, but this palette gives that vibe, okay? So for the summer Renaissance, we have that 70s vibe. It's so good. It's so good. And definitely another like Donna Summer moment. It's giving when she at the end when she's like, I'm in my bag. I was like, oh yes, you were, Pat McGrath. You were in your bag when you created this little gem right here. And this right here is the Mothership Subliminal Dark Star in her bag. She said them Telfar bags imported, them Birkins in storage. Okay, love it. In my bag. I'm in my bag. Yes. She was in her bag. We have nothing like this. Even though we have her signature golds, we have the blue, we have the dark satin black, we have that gray. I mean, she was in her bag. And folks, that is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I have enjoyed making this video. If you want to see this look, once again, you can catch my previous video. Where have I been? I was in my bag when I created this look. How about that? I was in my bag, all right? So, with all of that being said, tell me, what is your favorite song on the Renaissance album? Have you been to the concert? Tell me all the good stuff. Let me see. Which choices of palettes did you like the most? Give this video a big old thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which should be soon. We're gonna get better. We're gonna get back into the flow of the content. I'm going to act like I make content again, okay? So like I said, give this video a big old thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video. And subscribe to my channel because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And with all of that being said, you already know what time it is. It's time for the chatties. Hey, chatties. 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 Hey, chatties. All right, y'all. Bye.